Okay, so about a week ago now, it was my birthday, and we went to a local Thai temple in Millbrae. It's different from the one that I typically go to that's in like the Fremont Milpitas area, Wat Buddhanusorn to be precise. We went to this Millbrae Thai temple, which is Wat Buddhapradeep, I believe is how you say it. I'll definitely just put the name up on here because I'm probably screwing up that pronunciation. I actually didn't know there was a Thai temple so close to me. I'm so used to having to cross the bridge to go to the one that I've ever visited. And this one was pretty neat. It was quaint. I'm used to this like really large and kind of spacious temple that it's just known as one of the few temples in all of America to actually look like a Thai temple, meaning it has the roof that's like in Thailand, and the whole construction was based off of kind of an imaginative of what a Thai temple built with American materials would look like. So it doesn't have all the traditional items, but there's paintings and whatnot on the wall. On the other hand, this one that we went to is far more to what I would say most Thai Americans are used to in the US, being it's a converted house or maybe an old church or something that is not really, I don't want to call it authentic looking because I mean the monks there are authentic, right? But perhaps not to the vision that everybody sees a Thai temple to look like. Really small, really quaint, really cute. The outside, you could understand kind of the construction of it. They built a wall around the entire thing because of, I think, the neighborhood it's in, as well as the fact that when I say it's in a neighborhood, it's smack dab in the middle of all these different homes. So it's almost like they took a home and just redid it into a temple is kind of where I'm leaning for this. And when you look at it from the outside, it's really hard to tell where the front entrance is because there is a front door, but that's actually the side door for the temple. And then the front door is kind of the back door, like where the garage would be. And what they did was they have a plot of land that they turned into a parking area so that you could park and then enter into the Thai temple. One of the cool things about it, though, is that once you enter in through the kind of gates that they have built up, it really does remind you of what a Thai temple in Thailand looked like. They did a real good job of using the land that they had in order to create the vision that it is kind of traditional Thai. And what I mean by that is as soon as you enter the gates, you see the statues and the spirit houses. And they also have kind of like a little garden on the inside. So it's really nice. And then as you further proceed, I mean, it's like 20 feet maybe, if that, to the left, it's where they do their kind of food selling. That's how the temple makes its money, I guess, if you want to go say it that way. It's kind of how, since in Thailand, for monks to get food, they typically go around and beg. In America, it's a little bit different. People come to the temple and donate the food to the temple is what we've noticed, or what I've noticed, I should say. Because of that, they kind of have like a food area for where they sell food. Now, with COVID and all these times, they've actually swapped to an online model, which is pretty neat. And they're selling everything online, which, I mean, great. It's working for them. They have all the safety practices going on, the shields and whatnot, so that they could do this safely from where they're at. And I would say that after that, going into the chapel, I believe that's what it translates to, the Bot, is how they call it in Thai. I believe that's chapel. That it's a really nice building, and it has a ton of statues in there, and they built it up. It's small. admittedly, but I don't think that they ever have to worry about the kind of crowds that maybe other temples have to pull in. I could definitely be wrong there, but it's quaint. I think that you wouldn't be able to fit too many people in there, and that's kind of where we performed the birthday rituals that they have, the blessing, so to say, for the year, as well as we spoke to the monk just about how everyday life is. You know, a little bit of psychology, I guess you could say, goes into that. Just releasing all your stresses and talking about problems, and maybe you try to discuss things that you have, like hopes and aspirations. So overall, it was really fun though. And the place is really nice for what it is. They have a real great garden on the side. I don't actually think I have any footage of that garden, unfortunately, but it's where they kind of grow their own spices. They have a banana tree there trying to grow some fruit. And yeah, it was just overall a great way to spend my birthday. Because it was a weekday, it was really, really quiet. So they do have more people that go, is what the head monk was saying there. And I do definitely plan on going back, at least to see it again, if not to go do a few more blessings. I still think that Wat Buddhanusorn in Fremont is definitely my main stay, but it's kind of cool to see what these other temples are looking like in the Bay Area. So yeah, until the next vid.